Hi, my name is Kate, and I am a owner slash manager of short-term rentals, more commonly known as Airbnbs. Here we are at one of our properties where we are going to conduct a quick walkthrough of what we look for when we're turning over between guests. So as you can see, we're outside the home, and I'm going to be working off of the checklist that my staff and I use for these turnovers. So that's why I'm referring to my phone, but we have the windows, kind of check and make sure that there's nothing broken. We're just kind of looking for any quick damage, any signs that they may have, be a deeper clean or issues with the exterior of the property. Everything looks pretty good from the windows to the light fixtures, the door. Nothing looks damaged or anything like that. Welcome mat is where it's supposed to be. So I'm ready to move in. So as we come inside, first thing I'm going to do is switch on these lights. So we have some light, and it's also checking, for damage on them, making sure they're still functional. As we come through here, I'll do a damage assessment check of furniture, as well as make sure that the blinds are one of those things that frequently get broken by guests. So it's something that we need to check. Come on through here. We can continue on through kitchen. Same thing where I'm going to kind of turn lights on. From first glance, nothing looks damaged or broken in here. And same thing with this additional living room back here. It all looks good. And then we would just continue that same kind of check through the bedrooms and the bathrooms. The next thing after we do the function check, that's just checking all the windows and all of that, would be to do check the electronics, make sure those are still working and hooked up to the internet. We frequently have guests use like a switch or a computer on it, and they switch to HDMI. Found that guests don't always know how to switch that back. So it looks good. We have sound that's not, we've had it sometimes where it's switched into other languages, so that's all good. So then we would continue our function checks with things like sink, make sure that water is coming in through here. Looks good. Make sure that there's no damage to the inside of the appliances is another one. Those all look good. And the microwave as well. Yep, and it's also, and as I'm going through it kind of as a double function, I'm also checking to see how clean stuff is as well. If that's, that would be the additional cleaning. Certain properties, we will pull the stove out if able, and just kind of check and make sure that there's not food trapped behind there. This room is kind of multi-purpose. We don't really have them in all of our units, so I don't really have to spend too much time in here. I would just go through each window and check those, turn on the fans, but then I come into the laundry room, make sure that, the appliances, or sometimes people leave things behind, especially in a dryer, make sure there's soap out for the next guest. It's also part of our final check, which is checking for stock on certain items. Like we always leave some cleaning supplies out for guests, and soap and that sort of thing. Another important thing that I do while I'm doing walkthrough is I keep trying to take deep breaths, check for smells. I'm also checking the walls for damage and stains. And sometimes I'll even go outside for a few minutes, get used to the air, and then come back in to make sure that I'm not becoming nose blind to scents throughout the house. So as we come through here, this is a bathroom. So again, doing my function check with the lights, checking, see there's toilet paper available under the sink for guests. We do supply some, soaps, make sure those are stocked. Shower curtain is not dirty. Open this briefly because this is where we keep extra stock. Make sure that the guests are all, got all their supply available. And then again, kind of checking the function. If you want to come around here, we do have sliding closet doors. Oh, and looks like this one is actually off the track. So that's something that we will need to address. That's why it's important to do these checks. Sometimes, cleaners don't always notice that if it's not reminded to them. This room looks okay. It doesn't look like the closet's off the track or anything. And then finally we have the master, where again we would do the same check, and then the bathroom as well, where we would do a similar check. I would also turn on the lamps in each room as well. Again, run the shower, make sure that everything is good there. Check the window. I'm checking windows as I go through. The final thing we do when we do a walkthrough is we check the backyard for debris, dog feces, things left behind. We have a table out there, make sure that's cleaned. And then after that's completed, we would then go through and restock everything. So this house, we supply K-cups. So I like to supply, a good amount for, this house sleeps up to 9. So I try to supply at least 2 days supply for 9 people. And then we have tea and the sweeteners, all of that needs to be stocked. Same thing, paper towels, soaps, just make sure those are nice and stocked for guests. We just come out here and just kind of briefly look around. Would also do an exterior walk, check the fence, things like that. Again, this is not every property, it's just this particular one. Go around, make sure. We've had a lot of people leave cigarette butts up here. This is a non-smoking property, but people don't always follow the rules. So I just continue around, and that's pretty much it for the basic walkthrough. And then after that, my cleaners would come in and start cleaning the property.